Energy economics. Energy economics is the invisible spreadsheet every one of us carries, constantly updating. No numbers, no language, just survival math. Let's break it down cleanly. The core rule: every action must return more energy than it costs. If it doesn't, evolution deletes that behavior. That's it. That's the law. This rule governs every living being on earth, long before motivation, discipline, or willpower enter the conversation. Energy economics. If something costs more energy than the outcome it promises, the system rejects it, automatically, instinctively, without guilt. This silent system inside you that makes decision long before logic, discipline, or ambition even shows up. It doesn't speak in words, doesn't negotiate, and doesn't care about your to-do list. It only asks one question: is the energy I spend here worth the return? This is energy economics, and it runs everything. Nature runs on efficiency, not effort. When you feel lazy, frozen, unable to speak, or stuck procrastinating, it's not a character flaw, it's not a weakness, it's your nervous system doing the math, deciding this isn't worth it right now. This law applies to all animals, not just as much as it applies to humans. Take lions, for example. A lion doesn't hunt during the heat of the day because it lacks ambition. It doesn't do it because the energy cost is too high. Heat, effort, risk of injury, low success rate. The math doesn't work. So the lion sleeps. At night, when the air cools, prey is tired or isolated, and the odds improve, the same lion hunts. Same animal, different condition, better energy return. That's not laziness, that's intelligence. Prey animals follow the same logic. Zebras, deer, sheep, they move in herd not because they are social for fun, but because isolation is expensive. Being alone requires constant vigilance, constant stress, constant readiness to run. That stress would drain them faster than any lion could ever. So they group together. In a herd, the cost of fear is distributed. Detection is shared, false alarms are reduced, energy is preserved, survival increases. If the perceived risk is low, they don't flee. Nature doesn't reward effort, nature rewards efficiency. Don't mistake efficiency for laziness. We humans like to moralize our behavior. We call ourselves lazy, weak, avoidant, unmotivated, and the list goes on. But often, what really happens is your system has learned through experience that the energy cost outweighs the return. Take difficult conversation as an example. People often say, just talk it out, communication is key. But instinctively, you know that some conversations lead nowhere. You have seen it before with certain personalities in your life. The conversation costs you severe emotional drainage, inconsolable argument, and leads to no resolution or behavioral change. The outcome is predictable. The math doesn't work. So you don't speak up, you let it pass. That's not failure, that's energy conservation. Your body is choosing a different action because the old one has proven inefficient. Avoidance is not cowardice, it's pattern recognition. Some conversations don't lead to resolution, so dynamics only escalate. Some people extract energy without returning clarity or change. Your system remembers this. So when you hesitate to speak up, it's often because your body already knows the outcome. It has run the simulation, the cost exceeds the gain. That's not a weakness, that's learning. Energy economics don't ask, is this morally right? It asks, will this move the needle or drain the battery? When people say I'm being lazy, what they usually mean is I'm not moving in the direction I think I should. But energy systems don't respond to shoulds, they respond to cost and payoff. If the payoff is unclear, delayed, uncertain, or historically disappointing, the system pauses, it slows you down. Sometimes it shuts you off completely. Not because it's broken, because it's efficient. Procrastination is often preparation, not avoidance. The same applies to big tasks. Every time you use before starting something massive, immigration paperwork, job researching, moving countries, packing, unpacking, marriage, babies, life altering transition, buying house, I often go through a paralysis period. I feel stuck, frozen, unable to begin. But I know for a fact that I have completed all of those massive tasks. So, what is the pause that I use to label as procrastination? It's energy banking. My system senses a mountain ahead. Charging it all at once would drain, stress, and burn me out. Stress, after all, kills faster than the task itself ever could. So instead, my body slows me down, conserves, waits. The breakthrough doesn't come from forcing myself, it comes from changing the math. I break the mountain into small, manageable chunks, lower cost, achievable return, energy positive again. And once energy starts flowing, momentum flows. Procrastination is often a risk assessment. From an energy perspective, it looks like this. If I start this without a plan, I will lose more energy than I can afford. So the system waits, not to sabotage me, but to prevent collapse. When I break the task into smaller, safer units, movement returns, not magically, mathematically. Community is not optional, it's efficient. Just like prey animals survive better in herds, humans thrive better in community. In nature, thriving alone in isolation is expensive, emotionally, mentally, energetically. Vigilance, fear, effort, and stress all increase when you're alone. Energy drains faster. Humans are no different. When you bring in support system, well-wisher, people who see you, the cost of survival drops. You become more powerful not because you're weaker alone, but because energy multiplies in groups. That's not dependency, that's good math. Support system reduce individual cost. Shared load preserves energy. Belonging is not emotional fluff, it's efficiency. This is why everything feels harder when you feel alone, the lighter when someone has your back. Burnout is not failure, it's bankruptcy. Burnout happens when energy output exceeds input for too long. No organism survives that. The solution isn't more pressure, it's better economics. Lower the cost, increase the return, change the structure. Why passion feels effortless. This is also why things you love feels energizing. When the outcome gives you more energy than the effort you put in, motivation becomes natural. Productivity becomes effortless. You don't need discipline because the energy economics are already in your favor. The task fuels you instead of draining you. For the things you don't love but must do, the answer isn't force. It's designed to smaller chunk, shorter session, and clear stopping points. Make the math work. Learn about your energy and forgive yourself for protecting it. Forgive yourself when you can't move. Forgive yourself when you avoid a draining conversation. Forgive yourself when a task feels too big. Forgive yourself when you need to rest before action. Your body isn't betraying you, it's protecting you. Just like the lion rests before the hunt, you are allowed to wait for conditions that make action efficient. In the meantime, do litmus tests. Take small bites. Adjust your strategy when the math doesn't math. Careful about your labels. Remember, you're not lazy or a procrastinator. You are a living system wired for survival, quietly running energy economics in the background and doing its best to keep you alive, calm, and moving forward. The truth, the quiet truth. Your body is not your enemy. Your hesitation is not a flaw. Your need for rest is not laziness. You're not falling behind anything or anyone. You are a living system constantly optimizing for survival, meaning, and sustainability. When you stop fighting the system and start working with it, life doesn't become easier, it becomes possible. And that's when movement returns. This is Maisha Taranam. Thank you so much for listening to my podcast.